Yeah, hi. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Harry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, there you are.
Oh, okay, yeah, hi. I'm sorry. I don't know. I was saying, but nothing was happening, so.
That's okay. It happens to me all the time, and then I realized that my microphone's on mute, so we got it now. Give me 1 second here. I'll show my screen, and we'll get started. How's your week been?
It was okay. Just busy, but I guess finally over.
Yeah, just about, right? I've
Yeah.
got rest of today, and then weekend.
Yeah.
Can you see my webcam?
Yes, I see. You can see me, or I don't know.
No, I can't see you. But
Okay.
I just wanted to.
No problem.
I like to do this kind of at the beginning of the meeting, just so you know who you're.
Yeah, sure.
Who you're talking to.
Sure, no problem, boss. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I think what we'll do is we'll kind of run through all of Profit Tools. We'll create an order together. We'll dispatch it out. We'll look at our dispatch boards, and we'll go all the way in through invoicing.
Okay.
Does that make sense for you?
Yes, sure.
All right. Is there anything? I know your time is valuable, so I want to know: is there anything specific you want to make sure that I cover?
I believe basically the invoicing, yes, and the dispatching, and I'm not sure if you have any way, like, the main thing is the daily task, like the dispatching the driver. Make sure if you have like a repair, a truck maintenance, chassis maintenance, or anything like that. Chargers, drays, chargers.
Yep. Okay. Now, one thing I always like to ask is we do have some mobile communications tools where we can push information out to the driver's cell phones and they can interact with an app on a smart device. Is that something you'd be interested in me showing you?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, cool. Then let's get started here. I'll show you my screen. Take away my mug. All right. So you should see a gray background and my mouse moving around.
Yes, I do see.
Perfect. All right, so we'll start with creating an order. Now, I know you're doing a lot of intermodal now. Are you doing mostly imports or exports?
We are doing imports.
Okay, cool.
But there are sometimes exports too, so it's really not limited to, export and import. So, but let's start with the import. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, so we can, we do imports, we do exports, we do one-ways, we do, drive-in, we can do everything. I just want to make sure that, we take a look at kind of what you do the majority of. And then if we want to take a look at the other stuff, we can.
Okay.
So, the easiest way to create orders in Profit Tools is through building templates, okay? So if you're doing similar moves for the same customers over and over again, instead of having to create an order from scratch when you get a delivery order from your customer, we can create a template and cut down on the number of keystrokes it takes to enter it in. So first thing I'll do is I'll say we're going to create a new shipment, and then I'm going to select my template, and I'm going to say that this is a New Jersey import template. So I say OK. And the system says you want to see your new shipment. Now, before I go to that, I want to point out that you can make multiple copies. Okay, so if you get a delivery order with a bunch of containers on it, or maybe on an export, you get a booking with a bunch of containers, you don't have to create them all individually. You can create them as a group, and that also speeds up getting the information into the system. All right, so this is what a work order looks like in Profit Tools. Very first thing is it gives it a unique number, 1990. So that is everything we do. That's our internal shipment number. Everything we do will relate back to 1990. Some information that came over as part of my template. So my customer, the bill to customer, they came in as part of my template. My basic events for the shipment. I'm going to hook it at Mart Terminal. I'm going to deliver to Central Warehouse, and then I'm going to drop the container back at Mart Terminal. That came in as part of my template. Same thing with my rates. Okay, so this is using a functionality we call auto rating. And you can load your rates into the system, and then based upon where you're picking it up, where you're delivering the freight, and who's paying the bill, Profit Tools will apply the correct rate for you. So you don't have to go, look up a past order or, pull out a rate book. You can just store rates in the system, and it will rate your loads for you.
Okay.
Now, with your import moves, do you do mostly live delivers, or are they a lot of drop and pick accounts?
Combination of both. Sometimes we bring to your yard, and drop and pick is mostly the drop and pick.
So you bring it to your yard first,
right,
and then deliver it to the customer?
Depends, mostly it's like, depends. So it happens live loads as well as it comes to the yard. Sometimes we go there, drop on the customer because some forklift broke down or something, so things happen.
Okay, yeah, so that's important when you're looking at a dispatching software like Profit Tools. You need something that's going to be flexible, because, like you said, even if this is how it was originally planned, that might change, right? So we're going to need to be able to adapt that on the fly, because Profit Tools keeps track of all the movements that we do on a particular order. That way we can bill correctly and we can pay correctly for our drivers. So when we're looking at the itinerary down here, if we decided that we needed to pre-pull this container between the hook and the deliver, I can simply come in here and say yard move. If you have multiple yards, you can select which one you want to use. And then it goes ahead and inserts those events for me. And I've got my system set up to ask the user, hey, should we bill the customer or should we bill somebody for this move, right? So maybe we do it out of our own convenience and we don't bill them, or maybe it's a situation where they called at the last minute and said, we can't take it right now, you need to take it to our yard, and that could be an accessorial. So this is the system kind of putting up its hand and saying, hey, should we be collecting revenue here? I'm going to say we're not going to bill for this. And what that does is it puts in my events, and then it also leaves a note for the billing person to say, hey, we're not going to end up billing for this yard move, so you don't have to add an accessorial charge. So now that's changed our events in here. Same thing. If we get to the customer and the forklift's broken, instead of doing a live deliver, I can right-click on that live deliver, and convert it to a drop-in hook. So we went from a shipment that only had 3 events to now a shipment that has 6 events, and we did that very quickly. So that's an important piece of the software. If we end up not having to pull it to our yard first, I can simply come in here, highlight, and delete these events. And now we just have a drop and pick at the customer. So that's the type of flexibility that Profit Tools has that not a lot of other programs out there have. So that's a good one.
So we can, this is the load we are working is, I think, 1,000, you're saying? 1,000? I can read it actually. Your things are very, very light or something. I'm not sure. So if you see, I cannot actually see quantity. Where's the, so we are working the top screen, what it represents, not the very top, the middle. Item list 1 of 2.
Yeah. Is the presentation full screen on your computer?
I think so, yes.
Because there should be an option to make it full screen.
Yeah, it is a full screen.
Okay, let's see if we can. Is it just too small, or are the colors bad? How can I help you see?
I can hardly read. I have a laptop like a 15 whatever size, a standard size. I can hardly read.
Oh yeah.
I guess. Well, I mean, you can either explain, or I just need to. I just hardly read. That's the only thing I'm just saying. So we have a full. I cannot really read.
Let me see if I can zoom in at all here. Give me a second. I want to see if I can make this better for you here. All right, give me 1 second, Harry. I'm gonna try something because I want you to be able to see what we're doing.
Okay, no problem.